Last week on Sailing Bagheera, we travelled from Cape Bowling Green to Orpheus Island, staying at Magnetic Island for a few days. We beached Bagheera and she got her hulls cleaned. We went for a tour around Magnetic Island and hand-fed the rock wallabies. We finally plucked up enough courage to buy some prawns off a trawler, and the Ninja Smurfs went for another snorkel.
We left Pioneer Bay on Orpheus Island just before dawn this morning. Like everyone else, headed out straight after us. My friends on Zephyr II and Verdandi are heading out to the reef. Beautiful morning. We're coming over to Hinchinbrook Passage and Hinchinbrook Island, and we're just going to go up through the passage and explore a bit there. Sails are up. Going along nicely. Just coming up the channel and we've spotted Hard Yakka anchored over here in this nice little quiet anchorage. We're going to scoot past with our Jenica up now. Not a lot of wind today, so it's just pushing us along nicely. Only a couple of 3 knots, but better than nothing. So calm and peaceful now. Wow.
After a good day's sail, we decide to anchor in at Scraggy Point. Next day we go ashore to look at some freshwater pools.
Nearly got you falling in.
We cut the walk short. I'm getting eaten alive by mosquitoes the size of houses.
It's been just beautiful sailing down this Hinchinbrook channel. Calm, light wind, just beautiful sailing. Jenica up again today. Sort of sailing I enjoy. Not stressful, easy. Pulled up anchor here at Gould Island. It can be prone to swell, but at the moment it seems pretty calm, so we're hoping it might be okay for the night. Looking back to Cardwell, obviously burning off some cane or something there. On the way here we saw what we thought was a pod of dugongs. We've seen like heaps of turtles, lots of fish in the sea, jumping, lots of sea life today. leaving Gould Island shortly after what's been a pretty rocky rolly night. What a swell. And sail over to Dunk Island. Beautiful day though.
Okay, we're off. Hand up.
Bit of a different day sailing today. A lot of chop and swell. He's got his work cut out for him today, keeping an eye on everything. Dunk Island coming up in the distance. Pulled up at anchor at Dunk Island next to Hard Yakka. Friends over there. Looks like a lovely spot. Still in a bit of wind and a bit of swell, but hopefully it'll be a bit more comfortable than last night. It's an old resort over there that's been wrecked with one of the cyclones. Been a bit worse for wear. Very nice spot though. This is a bit of a joke for me because Murray's actually making me a birthday cake. So he's not very experienced in this kitchen.
So far it's all going very well. So I just tip this in here. Do I have to take it out of the packet first? Beautiful.
I've even given him a pack of cake to make it easy.
Today is Sheryl's birthday and I've made a cake which turned out perfectly if I take it from this angle. Not so good if I show it from down here. Bit lumpy.
I did remind him that he might need to turn it depending on the gravity of the boat, where it would end up.
Anyway, happy birthday, Sheryl.
Very nice, thank you. Yum.
Just on the beach at Dunk Island, walking along to the old abandoned resort. This part of the resort still looks really nice. What a shame. So many resorts all abandoned and been hit by the cyclones, and this one still looks pretty good here, although I know some of the buildings down further are a bit more derelict. Public pontoon at Mourilyan Harbour. We're anchored just out the end. Just come ashore, there's rubbish bins, so we were able to drop off the rubbish. Did say there was water, but we haven't been able to find water here.
We're on Entice with Isabel and Luke from I Sail Whit Sundays. If you're looking for a charter, get in contact with them. They're sure to help you. And they've been stalking us ever since Pioneer Bay, Orpheus. So very pleased to meet you guys too.
Yeah, you too.
Have a look at this boat. It's brilliant. Next morning we wait for the tides to be right and then we enter the Johnson River for Innisfail.
I'm just going to be really careful not to fall in right here because we're just coming up to what's called Crocodile Rock. There's a green marker on it. I better not lose my balance. The Woolworths just behind that bridge, so very close, easy walking distance for groceries. Probably looking at anchoring down to the right of all the pile moorings. Not really into pile moorings, rather anchor over near the other bridge. Decided to tie up to the end of this little public jetty today. It's close to Woolies. We'll check it out. There's a few different public jetties you can pull up to, but we've thought this one we'd try today. Have a walk down this end of town.
Innisfail is famous for its Art Deco architecture, which we thought was fantastic. However, the weather wasn't that great.
So this is what you do on a wet, miserable, windy day. It's been pouring with rain out there. It's miserable. So we're trying to get this video out, and this is how we spend some of our time, doing videos. Someone asked us some questions last week about what kind of groups that we use to follow. So we thought we'd sort of share with you where we started. There's the rain. When we first started looking at sailing, we came across Sailing Australia as a Facebook group. That was the first group we joined, and it was so helpful. Everyone, there was no question that was silly, too big or too small to ask. People were really, really kind and helpful for when we were asking general questions. So that's a Facebook group, Sailing Australia. We then became members of the Cruising Queensland site, predominantly for people who are actually cruising in Queensland or about to. So you do have to answer some questions to join that. It's not just for anybody. Bit elite. And then the Women Who Sail Australia is a really good group for females that are sailing. And then there's also Sailing, which is a worldwide group, and Australian Liverboards. And of course our own Facebook page, Sailing Bagheera, if you're interested in, we call ourselves the Blue Nomads because we weren't ready to be called Grey Nomads. Okay, and as far as sites for predicting wind and helping us on our travelling, we use quite a lot, and these are all free by the way. Google Earth for satellite pictures, Windy for distances of trip planning. For tides we use Willy Weather, but Bomb as well and Metai are our go-to for kind of checking out how heavy the winds are. Zulu Waterways is also, which we mentioned last week, is a great support, and these are all free. So that's just a few tips on things that might help you in your journey.
That ends this week's video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment on our YouTube channel. We love your feedback.